Hi, it's Angie with News OK, and I am back with Sherrel Jones in her kitchen, and it is summertime, 100-degree days. That makes it unbearable to cook over the hot stove. So she has a great idea to, not only do a salad for the summer, but a Greek salad, so something a little different.
And it's hearty because we're adding several things. We're putting chickpeas, delicious olives, summertime tomatoes, or in the winter you can use these little grape tomatoes, which I think just burst with flavor, pepperoncini, which is a great little thing, and cool as a cucumbers. And if you can get some from the farmer's market or the European style, they're just terrific. And then fresh summertime sliced onions, and you can even find these at the farmer's market. And I like to use the red ones because it makes it so pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
okay, how do we get started?
And I want to tell you a little bit about the cucumber. These are just some little ones that came from the farmer's market, and they're absolutely wonderful. You can score them, but you don't even have to peel them, so it makes it a lot easier. And if you're using the regular cucumbers that we're used to seeing in the grocery store in the wintertime, you'll want to seed those. And you might want to score them. You can score, these have such a tender skin, you just want to use the whole thing. But you could actually score the cucumbers with a zester or with a fork, with the tines of a fork, which makes it pretty when you slice it. But it's not necessary. It's a time eater. So, and I like to use romaine lettuce, and I want to show you how simple it is. Now, I've run the water through it. I trimmed off the bottom and let the water, all cold water, run all through it. That takes a minute at best. And then the cool thing is it's already bunched up, so all you have to do is slice it in little half-inch slices. And these slices that are about a half-inch wide are real easy to deal with when you're eating it with a fork. How many times do you eat a salad and you feel like you have to use a knife and fork to eat it?
That's true.
So you don't really have to do that.
Now, do you get to a certain point then when it gets too,
I keep an eye on it because I want to, if there's any debris that I might not have gotten out with the heavy-duty rinsing that I do, then I want to check for that. But it works pretty well, I think. And
even with the white
if
hard
you trim
part?
off the bottom, yes. And I just include that because it adds variety and texture to the thing. And I'm going to pull out this little core piece here because I don't want to put that in.
Sure.
So that's the part that I leave out. And I check for some of the larger pieces that might be longer and cut through those. And okay, if I'm using these whole, my salad ingredients are ready.
Nice.
I mean, look how fast that is.
That's
now
so nice.
The dressing.
All right, let's do it. What's a Greek salad without a dressing? An awesome Mediterranean flair dressing. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, we're going to use today I found this Mediterranean olive oil, which is just terrific. So start with a little bit of that in the bowl. And you don't have to measure these exactly, but you really want to have more olive oil than you do the acidic ingredients, which would be, in this case today, our fresh squeezed lemon juice. Must be fresh. Do not use the bottle stuff for this. And I like to even pump it up a little more with a little bit of zest off the lemon. And so and you want to just get the little outer bits of lemon with a zester, and there are all kinds of these. I like this one that makes a sort of a definitive little thread of that. And you can do, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon or so. And so that works.
It smells so good.
Oh, doesn't it smell good? And that's why I say you want to use the fresh. There's just something about the bottled lemon juice that just doesn't do it for me. And you can actually, there are groves of lemons and oranges in the Mediterranean, particularly in Greece, the lemons, and you almost get this aroma when you walk along, and certainly during the season when they're picking the olives and
makes me want to have some lemonade.
Oh yeah, so all these things grow naturally in that country beautifully, and then we're going to add a little acidity to it with a little bit of lemon juice, and I want to just make it where the olive oil, it sort of gets thicker, and that's what you're looking for, and a little bit of white wine vinegar, like this. And one of the things that you find in Greece that I think is really nice are these are fresh herbs, and the Mediterranean in general, a lot of fresh herbs. So I like to I have some oregano growing in my
Oh, wow.
garden, and so I just pulled a few leaves of that off. You'd want to
Nice.
if you use the dried, that works too in the bottle, but what you might want to do is use only about half as much of that as you would the fresh. So I'd say a teaspoon of chopped fresh oregano leaves would be great. And we're just going to kind of mince those up here and add them to our dressing. And you could put some garlic, and you could add salt and pepper to the dressing or to the top of the salad. And I kind of like to leave that to the last. If you like garlic, you can put some garlic salt or minced garlic actually in the dressing, which I really like.
Oh, it smells
I'm
good.
just mincing this up, and you can get that sort of fresh seaside aroma that you have with the in the that region of the country with these with the fresh lemons and the oregano. And now it's ready to just sort of spoon over the salad. And I like to compose my salad in the bowl so I get a variance of ingredients, or you can toss the whole thing in a larger bowl. And if you're taking this to the office for lunch, you can actually put all of these things, except the lettuce, into the dressing and make them like they're marinated vegetables.
Oh, nice.
And then you just bag that separately, bag your lettuce separately, and then have a little bag of the feta cheese if you like the feta cheese to add to it. And some people do, some people don't. So I always say, if you don't know who's coming to lunch or dinner that evening, I'd put the feta cheese on the side when you make this
just
salad.
in case. That's true.
Yeah, just in
So you
case.
just kind of drizzle
So
it.
I like to just kind of drizzle it over because I've got this beautiful bowl of salad. And then I just garnish it with a tiny bit of the feta cheese.
It's so colorful. I love it.
It is. And you can actually set some additional dressing on the table. And you don't have to measure any of these ingredients. You just put as much as you like of what you like in it. And I'm going to add the feta, a little bit of crumpled feta on the top. And the nice thing about having a bowl on the table is you eat down into the salad. You may want a little more.
Oh, that smells so good.
Doesn't it smell
I'm getting ready
good
to
and
eat
fresh?
this.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. So that's really all there is to it. It's perfect salad for
Yeah.
a sizzling summer.
I know. So you don't have to cook over the hot stove.
Yeah.
Something like this would be
So-
very refreshing.
Oh, yeah. Perfect for lunch or dinner.
Yep.
And
Okay, so you're going to have this in your column, I'm sure.
yes, and they can get the recipe for the dressing in there if you need to have a recipe, but you kind of saw what I did. So, so enjoy.
Exactly. So go to the Oklahoman in the Life section, and you'll see Sherrel Jones' Passion for Food column, which, oh, boy, I have a passion for this salad right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see it.